You got
Tech dude, man. Code is kind of standard. I don't have sport code.
Right.
This is like a very time sensitive when people were fasting.
He was.
That's why it's
Standard time.
like this one is
How's it going? Mohammed.
Oh yeah?
What do you want? You want that? Yeah, that's true. Okay, you want that one? We'll do that one.
Wow. अभी रखो देखते हैं. You guys don't remember me? The fun party, and I had all the toys. We were playing.
Hello, good evening, and assalamu alaikum to all of you. And welcome to tonight's Ramadan and Iftar event, sponsored by Capital One and Origins, the Asian Business Resource Group. My name is Haris Khan, and I will be facilitating tonight's program. We have a wonderful evening planned with guest speakers who will be talking about diversity and inclusion at Capital One and sharing their experiences about Ramadan and Iftar. We also have a delicious Middle Eastern and South Asian feast planned for later this evening. Let's kick off tonight's program by walking through the agenda. At 8:07, we'll play a video of the Azan, or call to prayer. During the Azan, guests who are fasting or not can enjoy the appetizers served at your table. There are also appetizers in the back. Please help yourself. At the conclusion of the Azan, you're invited in the back to pray, or to observe, or to stay back and mingle. There will also be pizza available for young children in the back of the hall. After prayer, Suchitra will start us off by introducing the Asian Business Resource Group and telling us more about it, followed by our guest speaker of the evening, Sammy Baker. And finally, Kashif will give us some more information about Ramadan and Iftar. And shortly thereafter, dinner will be served at about 8:55. So please help yourself to appetizers, get ready, and we'll start off with the Azan in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
वो इशार क्या है इशार क्या है
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم الصراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين قل هو الله أحد الله ولم يكن له كفوا رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين.
Before we start, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the guests attending tonight, especially families with children. So I really appreciate all of you making the effort to join us tonight. I'd also like to thank our guest speaker, Sandy Baker, for taking time away from his busy schedule to travel from Virginia to join us. Finally, this event would not have been possible without the hard work of everyone who contributed to our success. So I'd like to thank all the volunteers to help plan, organize, and contribute to the iftar event. So let's get started with our first speaker, Suchitra, who is the lead for Origin Chicagoland, and she'll be talking more about the Aging Network at Capital One.
Associates and families. My name is Suchitra Havaldar. I lead Origins Chicagoland. Origin is also known as the Asian and Pacific Islander Business Resource Group. It's quite a mouthful and is commonly known as Origins. At Origins, our mission is to unite our associates' voices by building a thriving, diverse community with inclusion at the core. We also believe in enriching our associates' experiences by presenting evenings like these, which helps us recreate and relive our cultural vividity. We also put a lot of commitment and time in growing our associates personally and professionally in whatever role they are. We believe that by coming together in events like these, we get to know each other and understand better and form bonds for life. resource groups in Capital One and is one of the fastest growing BRGs, contributing to every major milestone within Capital One, both professionally and personally. One of the main purpose of BRGs is to share experiences and tell stories. When we share experiences and tell stories and listen to stories of one another, we get to know each other better and we come together and unite our voices, which is the purpose of Origins.
Our keynote speaker for tonight is Sammy Baker, and he'll be talking about the power of the individual. Sammy?
Welcome, thanks for coming. This is a really cool opportunity. It's great to see everyone here, and thanks to Harris and Suchitra, as well as Kashi for everything you did to pull this together. This was an enormous deal to get this group together and organize this great event. As I mentioned, my name is Sammy Baker. I lead the partnerships technology teams here in Chicago for Capital One. I've been in the role for about 6 months, and it's been great getting to know the teams, the people, and all the important work that we do here at Capital One. So today is May 16th, and it's kind of a special day for me. 20 years ago tonight, almost the exact moment of now, I proposed to my wife, Kirsten. We've been married for about 18 and a half years. We got engaged in the western part of Virginia in a park called Dalfat State Park. And we get a chance to go there every year and spend time out there with our kids, Zach and Zoe. We go hiking, we spend time outside. Cell phones do not work. It's a great experience, at least for me. But last weekend, we made our annual trip. Every year we go. We kind of spend time there since we love the place so much. And I was talking to her about this event, and I'm like, I've never really spoken at an event like this. What should I talk about? And so she gave me some help, and so hopefully what I have to say tonight resonates with all of you. So I live in Richmond, Virginia. I've lived kind of a transient lifestyle for the last 5 or so years, traveling all over really the United States for Capital One. And I grew up in a place called Williamsburg, Virginia. How many of y'all have heard of Williamsburg, Virginia? A few people have heard of Williamsburg, Virginia. Williamsburg, Virginia is about 60 miles southeast of Richmond. It's mainly a tourist town. Jamestown, many of y'all probably heard of Jamestown, Yorktown, and Williamsburg were all there together. And I grew up there. My parents were both educators. My mom was a teacher at a middle school. My dad was a college professor there as well. And our families have been in the United States actually for about several hundred years. They came here from England several hundred years ago. They landed on the eastern coast of the United States in Virginia and North Carolina and settled mainly in the Virginia area. But I grew up in Williamsburg, and the interesting thing about Williamsburg is there wasn't a lot of diversity in Williamsburg growing up in the 70s and in the 80s. Really, the only diversity that I learned about growing up were whites and blacks. And as you can imagine, in the South in the 70s and 80s, that separation and that grouping was not always a terribly positive thing. Fortunately, my parents were very forward-leaning. They understood diversity, they understood inclusion, and they brought my brother and me up in a way that kind of, anticipated all of the change and all of the diversity that would be coming into the country over time. One of the great things about tonight is we get to learn about different groups and different cultures and different beliefs, and that's incredibly important. But I think there are other things that we can really learn about each other. So taking a little bit of a step back, about 20 years ago, I had one of my first big jobs at Capital One. It was managing a platform called Capstone. Many of you guys have probably heard of a platform called Capstone. And I, at the time, had a piece of Capstone that I was actually accountable for. And I had a resource, or an associate, on my team, and his name was Mohammed Qasim. And his responsibility was something called release management. And release management is the collection of lots of code, the organization of it, and the deployment into kind of a production environment. And so Mohammed was the guy who got all the code together, tested it, and helped deploy it about every 2 weeks into the production environment. And he and I had worked together for about 1 year. I knew Mohammed really well. I knew he was from Pakistan. I knew he recently graduated from college. I knew that he had come to the United States. And he was a super, energetic, happy, one of the best people that I've ever gotten a chance to meet over time. But one day I come in and I see Mohammed sitting at his desk, and he's kind of sitting there like this. And I go to Mohammed and I'm like, Mohammed, what's wrong with you today? He's like, Sammy, I'm a little bit tired. I'm fasting today. And I go, I don't understand, Mohammed, what you're talking about. So Mohammed gave me a lot of the insights about Ramadan and what he was experiencing. He told me he'd eaten early, but he couldn't go back to bed, and he was up all day, and he would be having his evening meal. So the night's release went perfect, just like Mohammed said it would. And as I said, over time, Mohammed and I built a really nice friendship. He literally sat, right behind me, and we got to know each other incredibly well. And every time I get to experience Ramadan, I think of Mohammed, and I think of the friendship that we built, story of Mohammed, and how important it is. We understand culturally the grouping, and we become the generalizations can lead to some of the wrong outcomes, and it's better with individuals that I don't know. As open as I can be with others, and to ask people about themselves, but I think the richest way to live. I've learned so much. I'm looking forward to being you all. A wonderful dinner, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Sandy, for your perspective. Always Arabic word. Most of you from South Asia understand what rosa means. That's what it is. It's a fasting. And I will go more about that. Good evening, you all. First of all, thanks you all for coming here in a weeknight. I know it's kind of late. This whole Ramadan thing started about 4 years ago. And just to give you a background, how we started this program. Asian Network started with Capital One about in 2002. And they have different chapters. Ramadan was added about 4 years ago. It started from McLean, Virginia. It was such a popular event that and there was a lot of ask from different locations to do such a program in their localities as well. So 2 years ago we started in Chicago area. We started at Iftar night, and it was pretty successful. The last year we did post-Eid event, and I'll go in detail what Eid and Ramadan means. This year we're doing this tonight, and I'm really thankful for all of you being here. The people who don't know me, my name is Kashipan. I have been with Capital One for a long time, 22 years. It's a long time. And I think when I look back and see why I'm still here, there are a few things that I admire and I really enjoy. Number one is, of course, the people, how I work with. The second is, of course, the company. The diversity, the promotion they do, and the inclusion they offer, and the encouragement I see, I think is phenomenal. And I think that's something that gets me going. Tonight is a night, it's very special for Muslims, and we are really happy that you are part of us in this beautiful evening. There are a few goals we have for this night, and I'll go what my agenda is. Basically, I'm just want to go over the background of Ramadan, what Ramadan is all about. When you work with Muslims as a colleague, what they go through. And I'll probably go over in the end just
certain things to consider as you see now. There are 5 pillars in Islam. Number 1 is Shahada, means belief in Allah, the God, and also believe in Muhammad, peace be upon him, the last messenger. That is the belief everyone has, and by birth or for the converted people. The number 2 pillar is Salah. So we have 5 daily prayers, and what you observed today on the red carpet here was the 4th prayer of the day. It's called Maghrib. Number 3 is the Zakat. That is the charity. So, and there's certain procedure to go over, and that's how you do it. Zakat and Hajj are the 2. Zakat and the Hajj are the 2 pillars which are mandatory for the people who can afford it. The other 3 are compulsory for everybody. Fasting is nothing new in Islam or as a Muslim you practice. There are many religions. They have fasting in some type of shape. And they do have practicing fasting in their own ways. When the Ramadan starts, you probably hear different saying. One very common one in South Asia is Ramazan Mubarak, and the pronunciation is Ramazan. It's the same thing as Ramadan, which is an Arabic word. We call it Ramadan Kareem, as Sushita also mentioned in her speech. Ramadan Mubarak is an Urdu word or Hindi. You also hear him a blessed Ramadan as well. This is perhaps the 101 of the Ramadan. It kind of talks about the whole Ramadan in a circle. So I'll start with number 1. When do Muslims fast? So Islamic calendar is a lunar calendar, and Ramadan is the 9th month of the calendar. This is the month where we look at the moon and we start fasting, and we also finish our fasting either on 29 or 30 days. That's how the calendar is about. The most important thing is like, why do Muslims fast? The most important thing is, of course, is prescribed to us as a Muslim to fast if you can, and but it brings you closer to the God. You do good deeds. You develop certain things which you adopt during the month, and then that will help you in the next 11 months, and then the next Ramadan comes up and the cycle goes on. We fast from what? For Ramadan. I think one of the very common questions we can ask is not even water, or you cannot drink, or you cannot do certain things. So it is true that you don't drink or you don't eat anything during the whole day. And there are certain other things which we are supposed to do also. One, of course, is the morale, the behavior. So you learn and you practice those things on a day-to-day basis. And this is something is been asked, and something you're supposed to do. And once you do that, the purpose is that it becomes your habit, and that's something you follow in the next 11 months. And perhaps your whole life. That is the goal of the Ramadan. Do all Muslims fast? Majority of the Muslims fast. However, there are some exceptions. If for pregnant women, children, traveler, or if you're sick, you don't have to fast. However, you cover those days in a later month. Activity, you see that this is something we go through a lot. Increasing good deeds is, of course, something you do good deeds and help out the needy, poor people, your neighbors, and whoever is in need, you kind of help them out. We also supposed to, lot of people do different ways of bringing yourself in good deeds. It is a time when a little girl or a boy, they start fasting. Some kids, they start fasting at the age of about 7 or 8. It is a time, it's a big time for them, and this is something you remember all your life. There are certain things you see in your coworker, and I think the one thing I miss myself is after the meet. This night would not be that successful if we did not have these people. I really want to acknowledge all these folks. I want to give them a really big hand, and if you guys are very respectful in that manner. So if there's something is happening at night time, they would take care of my shift, and I would be really thankful to them. There are certain things that are really hard. Just to let you know, we have about 2.5 weeks time to do the whole thing, and literally we ran with that job. We were meeting a lot of jewelries and henna and these sort of things. So during the day, the second period happened right around 1 p.m. So you may not see some of your coworkers at that time as well.
This has been a wonderful evening. I had a fantastic time. I met a bunch of beautiful people and learned a ton about the Ramadan culture. Really had a nice time, and looking forward to coming back again next year. Thank you.
If you walk through any of Capital One campus, right, you will see a fusion of people from different culture, background, faith, and religion, right? And that's what Capital One epitomizes. It's a melting pot. As we say, you know, United States is a melting pot. I feel like Capital One is a melting pot. So it's great to see that we encourage diversity and inclusion, and which really makes us feel like at home. I don't feel uncomfortable, right? It feels so safe and comfortable to be around. Thank you.
This was a fantastic evening today. You know, Kashif and the whole team here, you know, organized a fantastic event. You know, it was great to see all the associates come together, also with their families. You know, I'm so proud of being you know, Capital One associate, and you know, it fosters an environment where you know, there is a true sense of diversity and inclusion within our teams.